What's up, guys? So today I'm going to share with you my Stephen King collection on this shelf right here. I have some books behind it, and then I have these books on top that I'll get. These are my favorite as well, but that's for another video. But today I'm going to show you my Stephen King books, and if you guys need help deciding on what Stephen King book you should read next, or if you don't really know if you should get a certain Stephen King book, I'll just give you details on the ones that I have, and hopefully that'll help you make your decision on which Stephen King book you should get. Guys, 2 is my absolute favorite, Dr. Sleep. And this book is actually the continuation of The Shining. So if you guys remember The Shining with the little boy who, seeing dead people around the hotel and his dad was trying to kill him, this book is actually him, like, I would say 15, 20 years later as a grown man, and what he's going through. And there's a little girl who's also a main character in this book, and she has the same gift as him, so he's kind of mentoring her, and she runs into a little bit of trouble. There's a group of evil villains who are trying to capture her and kill her, just so that they can gain her powers. But he's throughout the book, he's helping her, and they're actually forced to go back to that hotel that was originally in The Shining. So kind of, throughout the book, he has some struggles within himself, but he's going back to that, The Shining, the hotel and how he was little. So if you haven't seen The Shining, I think you would be okay reading this book. But if you have read The Shining, it'll be better, because then you'll kind of understand what he went through as he's, going back to his childhood and thinking about everything that he went through. But yeah, this book is really, really good. And then look at the back. See, it says Red Rum in the bathtub, where that old creepy lady came out, remember? In The Shining. So yeah, this picture in the back kind of gives you a little hint that, he's going to go back to that place when he was younger. But yeah, this book was really, really good. It was awesome. So yeah, I definitely recommend this book if you guys want to read it. And the next book that I will read, I actually haven't read this book yet. Leslie's Story. I don't know why. I guess because right now I'm at the beginning of it. See, I'm right here. So, sometimes, Stephen King books, it kind of takes a little bit for it to actually, pick up. So I haven't got there yet, so I guess that's why I stopped reading it. But it looks really good though. Look at this, and then if you take the cover off, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to read this book when I have a chance, but I haven't read this book. So if you have read this book, leave in the comments, if you thought it was good and everything, because right now I haven't got at that part yet that is getting good. So I just put this on my shelf and just skip that one. I'll show you guys this one. This is an audiobook that is called Black House. This is actually my absolute favorite Stephen King book. This is the first Stephen King book that I ever read, Black House. It's the scariest book that I think that Stephen King wrote. It's really, 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 really good. I don't have his actual book because I gave it away, but oh my goodness, I'm just waiting on him to create a movie based on this book, because it's so good. I'm telling you, this book is so scary, but it's really, really, really good. Basically, Black House is about there's this, I think it's the fisherman. It's the criminal villain in this book. He's called the Fisherman, and he kidnaps little kids and he tortures them and kills them. And the little town that's going through all this, they're trying to look for him. And the main character, I think he's an FBI agent, a kid got kidnapped, so now he's currently trying to find the kid and the killer before the killer kills the kid. But oh my goodness, it's just so much. And then you switch off from the FBI's point of view to the killer's point of view to the little kid's point of view. It's just really, really good, and the ending is so, so good. But I haven't read this in a long time, so I have to re-listen to this over again and start it over because it's so good. I'm telling you guys. So that's Black House. And then this book, Mr. Mercedes, this is a book that he just released. I would say right now it's, when did I get this? I think I got this on Christmas, and right now it's October, so I got this on Christmas, and this book is pretty good, but I stopped reading it because it's not as scary. This book is actually, it's not one of his scary books, it's actually one of his kind of like detective crime book. So it's not really scary, but it does have that kind of cat and mouse feel to it, where the detective's trying to find the killer who went ahead and ran a Mercedes through a crowd of people that were at a job fair. So, and look at the back. It's just, I just love his graphics on his covers. But yeah, oh well, this is the reason why there's an ice cream truck on the back of the book is because the killer, he drives an ice cream truck around. So, you know, he's a kind where you don't really know that he's a killer. He could be your next door neighbor, he could be your best friend, he could be your cousin, kind of thing like that. So he drives an ice cream truck, and nobody really knows that he's a killer yet. So I stopped reading it. I might finish it. I don't know. I don't really like, so this is where I'm at. But I don't really like this Stephen King. I really like the scary, creepy, weird Stephen King. The books that he writes. Probably the ones, probably one of his older books I really enjoy. The newer ones, this one I really haven't enjoyed yet. Dr. Sleep, I really enjoyed. Let me see if I have any other newer books. The rest of these books are a little bit older. This book I haven't, well, I've read, but then I stopped as well. I'm kind of the person who, if there's a book out and then there's a movie made based on the book, and I see the movie first, I won't read the book because I feel like I already know what's going to happen. So, you know, obviously I've seen this movie before, so I tried reading it. I'm right here. And then I just stopped because it's like, I already know what's going to happen. So yeah, I got to stop doing that because, you know, everybody says the book is better than the movie. So, but look how thick it is. And look, Stephen King. But yeah, guys, so yeah, I haven't read this book. I know this book is going to be so scary. That's why I want to read it so bad. But if I just feel like I know what's going to happen. So it's just like, I don't know. I'll try to read it. Because I love scary books. And this, you know, you can't get any scarier than it, you know. And this is another, you know, one of my favorite books that he's written. And this is kind of like a zombie book, but also a little bit of science fiction is in it as well. But it's really, this book is scary. And I think I cried. I think I cried to it yeah, I did cry. There's a part in here that's really, really sad and really crazy. I don't know if I should tell you guys or not, but one of the characters ends up, okay, well, a lot of people die in this book. So, well, let me just tell you. Okay, so The Cell is about zombies, kind of like the zombie apocalypse, and basically a cell phone triggers off, like, if you answer your phone, you turn into a zombie kind of thing. So there's a group of people, the main character, and then I think probably 5 other characters who are, you know, their journey. They're going to, I forgot where they were going, but they're going somewhere. And throughout their journey, a lot of people die. And one person who dies is a little girl, and she dies in the most craziest way, unexpected way, and I just started crying. It was really sad. But this book is really, really good and really scary and suspenseful. It's just, and there's a lot of children in the group that the main character is with. So I think Stephen King does a really good job with, you know, the characters in his books. These characters, the kids, just like, you know, to show themselves as far as their strength and their courage. So, you know, the children here, there's one child here, I don't know if, I haven't read this in a while, but I don't know if it's his son. No, it's not his son. Another kid in this book, in the end, basically steps up to the plate and really helps him out in a lot of situations in this book. A lot of times in this book, they're about to die, you think, but yeah. And then there's like this main zombie who's controlling all the other zombies, and he's, oh my gosh, Stephen King does a real good job about, you know, describing what the characters look like as far as the evil ones, because it really, you get an image in your head. And this guy is just, this evil guy is just really crazy and scary, and just the evil villain and the main character kind of have a little connection within the book. Kind of like the evil villain is trying to just mess with the guy's head, and just, you know, it's kind of quirky and funny a little bit about how the relationship between the evil villain and the main character in this book. But this book is really, really good, and oh my goodness, this book was really good. And I wasn't expecting it to be that good because it was a zombie book, but it's not your typical zombie book. It's kind of just like zombies and then also sci-fi fiction. So if you guys are interested in reading something like this, you should definitely do so. So yeah, that's all the Stephen King books that I have. Unfortunately, I wish I had more, but I did have more, but I actually gave them away to people, which I don't know. I don't wish I hadn't, but I wish I had my books back. But yeah, guys, that's all the books that I have, the Stephen King collection that I'm continuing to grow. And I love Stephen King so much, and I hope that one day I can meet him and just get like a signed copy. But I think the next book that I want to get is Finders Keepers, because that one sounds really good. But yeah, so those are the books I have. I hope I gave you a little bit detail and helped you guys decide on which ones you want to read, and what's the next book that you want to read, and if you should get a certain book or not. I hope I helped you with that. And that's all for today. So leave in the comments below if you have any other questions about these books, or what Stephen King books you have, and if I don't have them, if I should read them. And also, don't forget to leave in the comments if you read Leslie's story as well, because I want to know if it's really good, and when it's gonna get good, and stuff like that.